floods, businesses around the area are affected,
There's
and
a
I'm
graphic
sure,
road, yeah.
yes, they've taken a decision on that. It's not good for business. So it comes down to us fixing our flooding situation.
Exactly, and something we're talking about this morning. I mean, while we agree that attitudes are very important in the control or in dealing with floods, you also need to engage in infrastructure development.
Indeed.
And that's why we've talked about the Garrett project, some $200 million from the World Bank, and we want to use that to actually improve our drainage system. But when you have a situation where the minister or the Ministry of Works and Housing is not getting the needed funding to embark on this infrastructural development, you ask the simple question, where did we go wrong as a people?
Yeah.
And whether or not the people we expect to take decisions in our favor are doing the right things. You know, Ghana is the only country, one of the few, I mean, as like the only country I know where we know all the solutions to our problems.
I
We
never
know them.
get them done.
Yes.
So we talk about these things and let them go as if it's normal. Many people think that the Works and Housing Ministry not getting funding to deal with this situation is normal, but people are dying
Exactly.
Yeah.
as time goes on.
Yeah.
All right, so other stories. 2022 Green Ghana Day. Lands Ministry targets 20 million trees on Friday. After 7-year break, Insurance Awareness Month is relaunched. MTN Ghana contributes 3.1 billion Ghana cedis to national revenue. That's good news there. Private sector firms yet to leverage AFCFTA, and that's according to a senior partner of AB and David Africa, a law firm, David Ofusu Dote. You hosted him recently,
Yes.
I believe, Wednesday.
Yes.
45,000 students benefit from free TVET education, according to the Vice President, Dr. Baumia. ISA launches $5 million fund to improve livelihoods. And on the back page, EPA warns unscrupulous sand and stone winners. And they've also been educating churches on noise making. They've asked them to keep the sound of their drums and other instruments within the confines of the auditorium, and that it's a good advice. Obuasi Rotary Club to build borehole and micro flush toilets for Donkwase. Okay, that's solving the open defecation problem. That's Daily Graphic.
All right, so Fred was talking about the flooding situation. The Ghanaian Times captures a story that has to do with danger looming on the Malam Kasua Highway as mud flow takes over tollboat Old Barrier stretch. Whenever it rains, the story is saying that whenever it rains, there's mud moving from the hilltop downwards to the main road. The road is supposed to be a dual carriage road, but because of the mudslide, it has now become narrow. So whenever it rains, that's one of the major factors leading to the traffic situation in that area.
So the other angle had implications for business.
Yeah.
This one, implications for safety on our roads.
Exactly. Safety on our roads. And you see, the government statistician, in talking about productivity, talked about hours and everything.
Okay.
Look, imagine the number of hours we spend in traffic in this country.
Yeah.
And imagine the number of hours people would spend in traffic on that particular stretch.
Exactly.
If it rains.
Yeah.
Imagine the number of hours we spend just around Tesano here when it rains, because the road floods. And so you get there, and we see that water is the greatest enemy of road. Unfortunately for us, we would pretend nothing is happening.
Yeah.
We'll pretend life is usual. We'll continue with life as if nothing has happened. But why would we not do that? Because nobody gets to pay for their actions or
Exactly.
inactions.
Exactly.
Nobody pays. I mean, it's business as usual.
Yeah.
Business as usual.
I recall the former Auditor General, Daniel Domelevo,
yeah.
had mentioned that they were going to audit road constructions. And if you constructed a road and did not take into account the fact that it will rain one day and the rainwaters will have to find somewhere to go, then you'd have to be held responsible for putting all of us in danger.
That's quite a worrying situation there. Food crops in mining areas undergo radiological pollution tests. So the food crops scientists are in the mining communities across the country testing as part of research to ascertain the extent of potential radioactive contamination as a result of mining activities in those areas. Yesterday we were talking about the discharge of mercury, where the government has introduced the gold catchers to reduce the mercury in the content that is always discharged as a result of mining activity. So the research scientists are now also getting to know, or trying to know, the extent of at which some food in the mining companies, mining communities, have been polluted, so that they can take the necessary steps to deal with the situation at hand. Man killed, others injured in renewed communal clash in Boko. Shops closed. Adolescents in Upper West region use polythene bag as condoms. That's a question.
Hey, hold on. Who is asking that?
So there's actually a research that was conducted by an NGO, and they wanted to know the level of knowledge adolescents, the male adolescents know.
And it came up that
so
people use
exactly. So in that particular
polythene
research,
bags as condoms.
yes, in that research, according to the NGO,
they're doing very well.
they
We have
said
to help them.
We have to help them use the right product.
The right product.
So
yes.
they are doing it out of shyness to go to the pharmacy to ask that, oh, I'm buying condom.
Yeah, but
so that's what some
nonetheless,
of the respondents
they still
are
feel
saying.
like they
Yeah.
need protection.
Yeah.
Yes, they need protection.
The Ghana AIDS Commission, I'm sure, will be interested in this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sure.
All right, so I have the Business and Financial Times here. It says Agra Mofa intensifies support for organic fertilizer as food insecurity fears grow. Springfield wins again as Supreme Court dismissed ENI's request to halt 30% revenue to court register. Government misses bond raising target by 28%. And on the back page, Botswana Ghana join African Exchanges Linkage Project. And those are the headlines in the Business and Financial Times.
The Daily Statesman: government commits 155 million euros to rural broadband services. It comes with a picture of the Minister for Communication, and that is Madam Esla Kofu. Massive boost for TVET education. Baumia commissions $131 million facilities and vehicles. World Bank warns global economy faces stagflation, and NPP opens nomination for national executive election. So if you want to contest for the chairmanship, you are supposed to pay about 20,000, vice chairman 15,000, and then the general secretary position is going for 10,000. Any other position is 8,000 cedis. So nominations have been opened for today.
The TVET bit, yes, I was at the headquarters yesterday.
Okay.
Where vehicles were distributed, and the Applied Technology Institute was also launched. It's a state-of-the-art institute, And in the words of the Education Minister, Dr. Iyawose Educhum, you can compare this to, any institute in the world. Because, look, what I saw shows a country that is beginning to realize the importance of TVET education.
Yeah.
And for me, that's important. The fact that we have realized today, and the Vice President, Dr. Baumia, said that it is not your certificate, but the skills that matter.
Indeed.
It is not your certificate, but the skills that you have. And that's very true. What you can do is show me what you can do.
Yeah.
And not what you have. Don't say, I have this qualification. Show that you can do it. And so there'll be the construction of 32 TVET institutes in all the 16 regions of the country. The first phase of the project has 9, TVET technical centers, training centers being built in the country. That's good. I'm happy also. There's free TVET education, and today it's not only those who did not perform in the BEC that go to TVET institutes, but everybody. Even persons who did very well want to go there. Let's continue. Let it not be like one of the things we do all the time. We just throw out these figures, and then that's the end of it. The impact must be felt in the Ghanaian economy.
Yes, Winston. In fact, a lot of this is down to leadership. And since Dr. Educhum became the education minister, we've seen his consistency at pushing for TVET education in Ghana. And I hope and pray that we have, should he leave, we should get another education minister who's also interested in TVET education. That's the only way.
He would definitely leave at a point. He will not be there forever.
Exactly, he will leave. But we need someone who will be interested in TVET education, who will see the future in TVET and continue to push it.
Okay.
All right. On the daily guide here, NDC cries over 2020 defeat. It comes with a picture of Mohamed Mubarak Muntaka. So the Opposition National Democratic Congress appears to have recovered from its electoral defeat in the 2020 polls, still crying foul over the processes and procedures adopted by the Electoral Commission for the conduct of the elections, among others. We know very well that the NDC has filed some cases for investigations and all that, so the story is from that as well. Money ritual girl safe, madam. And you remember the returnee from US who attempted using the daughter for ritual. The mother is speaking. The mother said the girl is fine, going through psychological therapy, and investigations are ongoing. One more dies from Apiati explosion. I think that's one of the victims who suffered the explosion, has been confirmed dead. The story is on page 6 of the daily guide here.
Did they say it was the injuries that resulted in the death?
So, according to the story, the victim has been in the hospital, and since the explosion. Exactly. So, that is what is.
Sympathy.
Yeah. So the back page, Mbappe most valuable player. Quite an interesting story there, and why Okra snubbed Black Stars there is also captured on the back page of the daily guide.
All right, you can snub. There are many others who are coming. For the graphic business, T-bills policy rates chase inflation. T-bills hit 8-year high, but Winston, listen, still unattractive due to soaring inflation. Inflation will eat up any gains that you would have made.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying it the other time that once inflation is going up, you want me to invest in government bonds or bills, I would want any investment that is above the rate of inflation. So if you give me 21% and the rate of inflation is 23.6%, why would I want to put my money in there? Give me 25%. I'll put my money in there because that's above the rate of inflation. And that would also mean that government is borrowing at a higher cost.
Yeah.
And so we'll be increasing our interest payments. It's the reason we say that, look, and Kenya did something. I mean, I've been speaking to Professor Noel Tego, and that interview is yet to be aired. It will be aired shortly. But he talks about how Kenya, for instance, now Kenya realized that, look, a lot of imports are driving inflation as we have in Ghana also. So what did they do? They decided to reduce taxes on the most imported goods. The idea is to reduce the price. So once you reduce the taxes, that would affect the government's earnings. But what it will do is that it would actually also reduce the cost of that product, and the people would buy it at a reduced price, and by so doing, their livelihoods could be better. One of the things we need to do in this country is begin to do a cost-benefit analysis. Whether it's important for us to consider reducing taxes on certain products that could aid in the reduction of inflation, or continue to have a rising inflation. Let's do the analysis and we'll see which is better.
Ladies and gentlemen, our finance minister in waiting. And on that story, I think I need to pause and say congrats to Maxwell Adombila for the way he's gone about this story, breaking it down for the non-technical person to be able to understand. Other stories: workers demand pay raise above inflation. Ghana dethroned as Africa's lead gold producer.
More than 20%. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to our online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank. In your best interest and Goyle Good Energy and Eden Heights, luxury has a new destination. So your home is more than where you lay your head, and your Eden Heights home gives your family the best quality of life with a full-size football pitch, tennis courts, basketball courts, squash courts, swimming pools, gym, and so much more. Now, Eden Heights is a place where you live, play, and relax, and is located just 2 minutes behind the West Hills Mall. Reserve your apartment today with a flexible payment plan of up to 2 years. Book a site tour with us or call our team for more information on 0501 531 444 or 0501 531 445, or visit our website edenheights.com.gh. Eden Heights, luxury has a new destination. Now, want to deposit cash at your convenience? You can now deposit your cash at select Zenith Bank ATMs nationwide. Simply visit Zenith Heights, Techi Plaza on Spinters Road, Sunyane, Tamale, and the 100 branches of Zenith Bank to deposit your cash at a Zenith Bank ATM. Cash deposits via Zenith Bank ATMs are fast, easy, and convenient. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Now, my Joy Online this morning says a Chimota school Rastafarian student allegedly stabs father's hand. Okay, that video.
That's interesting.
Let's get to citynewsroom.com. And Emmanuel Bedra worried over undue delay in passage of anti-LGBTQ bill. And then BBC News this morning, captured steelworks soldiers sent to Russia. That's according to reports. Right, time now for the BBC News, brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us, Adlom Housing, where quality and spacious homes cost less, and Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
This is a bank, First Atlantic Bank, a shining purple star to brighten up my day. First Atlantic Bank, professionally different services all day long. First Atlantic Bank, and it feels so cool. I know this is where I belong. Oh, come on, everybody, this is a bank like no other. First Atlantic Bank. Follow me, let's go now. Let's go, let's bank. This is a bank like no other. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. Let's bank. This is a bank like no other. First Atlantic Bank.
First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different.
This is Malaria 360. Here